Hey Descendants fans, welcome back to our channel. The long-awaited Descendants 4, also known as Descendants: The Rise of Red, has finally graced our screens, and boy, was it worth the wait. This latest installment brings new characters, new stories, and new songs. But what's next for Red and Chloe in Descendants 5? Today we'll talk about everything you need to know about Descendants: The Rise of Red 2. Before we kick off, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for more awesome content. Let's jump right in. First, let's talk about the ending of Descendants: The Rise of Red. But before that, let's do a quick summary. Uma invites Red to attend Auradon Prep, but Red's mom, the Queen of Hearts, uses this opportunity to incite a coup to take over Auradon and threaten Cinderella's life. With Chloe, Cinderella's daughter, Red goes back in time using a magical pocket watch to stop the traumatic prank that originally turns the Queen of Hearts into an evil villain. Back in time, they find out that Bridget, who was originally the Queen of Hearts, was the sweetest person ever, and that her best friend was Ella, also known as Cinderella. Red and Chloe discover that Bridget was humiliated by Juliana at Castle Coming, which is the catalyst to her becoming evil. Red and Chloe then uncover Juliana's plan to use a sorcerer's cookbook for revenge, so they try to steal it first. After an intense sword-fighting scene, Red and Chloe get the book. However, Juliana, Hades, Hook, and Maleficent take it from them. When they open it, a spell Merlin placed on the book freezes them in place. Merlin finds them and informs them they'll be spending many years in detention. Red worries that even if they stopped Juliana, her mother might still be evil when they return. As Red and Chloe get back to Auradon, the film's events replay, but this time, the Queen of Hearts releases magical heart bubbles. Her dress, while still red outside, now has a blush pink middle, indicating she's changed for the better. Cinderella is safe and alive, greeting Chloe warmly. But the consequences of tampering with time could be greater than Red and Chloe anticipated. So, by the end of the movie, Red and Chloe change history and save their mothers, and all of Auradon Prep has a dance party to celebrate. But then Uma warns in a voiceover, "Getting what you want can be dangerous, especially when you mess with the fabric of time. You didn't think that was the end of the story, did you?" Which is exactly how the original Descendants movie ends. Now let's talk about the potential sequel. With the way the movie ended, it was definitely the perfect setup for a sequel. The ending of this story is pleasant, but there was something off about it. It seems like we still don't have the complete story of what exactly happened to Bridget at Castle Coming that made her become the Queen of Hearts. If the Queen of Hearts isn't evil anymore, does that mean she's not a villain now? If Ella is grounded, will she and Prince Charming still end up together? If Juliana and the other VKs were caught, did the prank on Bridget never take place? Many fans have said the Descendants 4 ending seemed so rushed. Throughout the whole movie, they talk about Castle Coming and the prank, and it seems like the movie ends so suddenly. All of a sudden, they are back at Auradon, and the Queen of Hearts is good. Some fans even predicted that maybe Juliana wasn't responsible for the prank and someone else was, or Ella would do something to hurt Bridget during the dance. But we never really got to see what actually happened at Castle Coming, and we're just left with so many questions. Many have said that The Rise of Red feels like a part 1 and there must be a part 2. And from the looks of it, the story might actually be split into 2 parts, and we'll get all our answers in a sequel. In Descendants 5, we are sure to see the consequences of Red and Chloe messing with time. And we will for sure be seeing Castle Coming and the events that lead to Bridget's villainous path. Remember Maddox's warning. When you alter the fabric of time, there can be some unpredictable consequences. We are bound to see the ripple effects of their actions in the next movie. Will the past come back to haunt them? Will new villains rise as a result of their meddling with time? And what about the friendships and relationships that were altered by their time travel? Red and Chloe may have done more bad than good. Since Descendants: The Rise of Red ended on a cliffhanger, it's almost certain that we'll be getting a Descendants 5. Let's explore some mind-blowing theories about what might happen next. One of the biggest theories out there is that Red and Chloe, by messing with time, have created an alternate timeline. Think about it. With Maleficent and Hades frozen for years in detention, Mal might never be born. This could mean that the Queen of Auradon isn't Mal, but possibly Audrey. And with Hook frozen, Harry might never be born, which would make Uma a completely different person. Imagine Uma being one of the first VKs to Auradon alongside Evie, Carlos, and Jay instead of Mal. Auradon would be an entirely different place. Another twist comes from Chloe's actions. Breaking the vase and getting Cinderella grounded means Cinderella might not attend the Castle Coming dance, where she first fell in love with Prince Charming. This change could lead to Chloe having a different dad. There's also a theory that Red and Chloe might need to travel back in time to let the prank on Bridget happen, resetting the timeline. This would allow us to see the Castle Coming events unfold, including Bridget's turn to the dark side. Red would learn that while she can't change the past, she can shape the future, potentially standing up to her mom and stopping her coup. Fans have also come up with theories about what might happen at Castle Coming. Some suggest Uliana will get Ella to open the cookbook because she'll realize it's spelled, leading Bridget to get mad at Ella for opening it unknowingly. Others speculate that after Uliana's prank, Ella will be so busy falling in love with Prince Charming that she won't help Bridget, which would lead to Bridget not believing in love. Another theory is that Uliana might not be the one behind the prank and that another character will be responsible. And one interesting theory is that considering the sorcerer's cookbook is dangerous and forbidden, the prank could have turned Bridget into a monster, just like Uliana turned into a flamingo. Everyone might have thought Bridget was upset from the prank, not realizing she was transformed. There are so many possibilities for the sequel, and we can't wait to see what's next for this story. Now, let's talk about the incredible cast that brought this movie to life. If a sequel is on the horizon, we can expect our favorite characters to return. Kylie Cantrell, who plays Red, has hinted that the story isn't over. She said, "There's a lot that Red and Chloe have got to do and undo from the time travel of it all. So it's definitely not over." She added, "I'd love to come back if there's a sequel to this. Keep this space open. Now that they solved their issues and the Queen of Hearts is now sweet, I think that'll be cool to explore, and her relationship with Chloe now that they're friends and everything. And maybe even a love interest for Red would be really fun." Malia Baker, who portrays Chloe, expressed her love for the franchise and her interest in exploring Chloe's journey further, especially after gaining new perspectives on her mom. She said, "I'm such a fan of this franchise. I would love to see Chloe's journey continue and see how her home life has changed since seeing a new perspective on her mom, and how the fabric of time has impacted it all. I would also love to see her get a little villainy. Who knows, maybe she learned a little too much from the Merlin villain kids in Red. The writers are such experts in their crafts that whatever ends up happening, I know I'm sure to love." Dara Renee, who plays Uliana, teased that it would be exciting if the VKs had a bigger role. She said, "I would love it if the VKs could come into Wonderland and do some ruckus, sneak into that little time machine and figure out how to mess things up." She said, teasing, "Maybe Uliana is in charge now." Ruby Rose Turner, playing Bridget, and Morgan Dudley as Ella have also shown interest in returning. And for all you OG fans, Jedediah Goodacre, who played Chad, Chloe's brother, is open to reprising his role. Although none of the cast has confirmed a sequel yet, from the ending of The Rise of Red and from the way the cast is talking, it is most likely we will get a sequel. Not to mention, Descendants: The Rise of Red has broken a Disney Plus record, with the movie getting 6.7 million views in its first 3 days, making it the most viewed Disney Channel original movie ever on Disney Plus. So, in a way, a Descendants 5 is basically confirmed. In fact, there are rumors that the cast, like Morgan Dudley, has been signed on for 2 Descendants movies. So it looks like all our favorites will be back for Descendants: The Rise of Red 2. While there's no official confirmation yet, we can make some educated guesses about the release date for Descendants 5. Filming for The Rise of Red took place from January 30th to March 31st, 2023, and it was released on July 12th, 2024. Given this timeline, we might expect filming for the sequel to begin in 2025, aiming for a 2026 release. It's a long wait, but with the success of Descendants: The Rise of Red, Disney is likely already planning the next installment. The cast is still busy with promotion and marketing for this movie, but we're sure the writers are already working on the new story. Once the hype from Descendants 4 passes, we're sure that Disney will start working on the production of the upcoming sequel. especially after this installment's success. So for Descendants 5, also known as Descendants: The Rise of Red 2, we can probably expect filming to take place in 2025, meaning the sequel will release sometime in 2026. In the meantime, make sure to rewatch Descendants 1 to 4 to relive our favorite stories and sing our favorite songs. Thanks for watching. Who's your favorite character from Descendants: The Rise of Red? What did you think of Descendants 4? What's your prediction for the sequel? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.